Welcome back to Papa Pete's 2 Cents. Today I'm going to discuss grown children over the age of 30 who still live at home with their parents. I know far too many people who fit this bill, and I would imagine you do as well. If you're the parent of these grown children, it is squarely your fault that this happened. You're the one that didn't teach them self-worth and self-respect, and you didn't give them, a proper moral compass to navigate the correct way through life, to get out and to work hard and to build a family and to, try your best and to not be a drag on society and a burden. So basically, it was your fault. Now, I specified over 30 because now that they're 30 plus, with the free cell phone and internet and TV that you provided them, they do get to see real life and the real world and how it's actually done and should be done. So now they do know. So although you didn't do them the favor of teaching it bright and early like you should have, they know it now. So now it's not respected or appreciated, it is expected. They are entitled. That's because that's the reality that you provided them. You didn't do them the favor of telling them, sink or swim. This world is tough, and if you're not tougher, you're not gonna make it. What you taught them was just lay down, and mommy and daddy are gonna wipe your ass until the day you die. That's what you taught them, and that's all they ever want. So the fact is, respect. They weren't taught respect. They don't get it, they don't give it, and they're never gonna. And that is squarely your fault. Now, the real tragedy lies in, at least the examples that I'm aware of, these grown children also have children of their own. So what do those children know? They know the reality that mom and dad don't provide house and vehicles and food on the table and the electric bill getting paid and everything else. That's not who did it. Grandma and grandpa did it. That's the reality they understand. So if we fast forward a little bit, now these kids are going to grow up, and their parents didn't teach them, morals and values and respect, and neither did their grandparents, because they didn't have the gumption to teach their kids in the first place, so they also didn't do it for the grandkids. So now those grandkids are now, becoming adults, and they're going to have their own kids and start their own families. But wait, what do they know? They know that I have kids, and my parents now take care of me and my kids forever and ever. But that's not going to happen, at least with the people I know, because those now parents, these now 50-plus-year-old parents that, got everything for free, and probably grandma and grandpa are dead now, they didn't have the gumption to pay for their kid or, house their own kid the first time. They're not going to have the gumption to do it now that those kids are grown up, and they're definitely not going to have it for their grandkids, and they're not going to raise them as their parents raised their kids. So what happens? The answer is pretty simple. It's this spiral that we've been doing as a country since, I don't know, the mid-90s, when everything became so politically correct, when everything became so touchy-feely, when all you have to do to avoid life, like too many people in my family I know, oh, I have anxiety, I've got some kind of issue, I'm socially awkward, what's another one? Asperger's. And again, I'm not discounting. I know people actually have these things, and I know that it's a crux in their life, and they can't get past it, and they need help. That's not who I'm talking about. I'm using the examples in my own family that, have none of these things other than an excuse, a lie, a reason why they can't do what everyone around them is doing, a reason why they're going to stay inept and a drain on society. It's a tragedy. It is the downfall of society. We have become a sissified country, and it is why, and I've said this more than a few times, it is why America is on the way down, and virtually every other country who's still hardworking and still has moral and is still trying to get somewhere in life, they're on the way up. We're failing. It's our fault. We have to break the cycle. You, 30-year-old plus entitled child, now you know. If you didn't know it before, here it is, loud and clear. You can do it. You should do it. You need to do it. You have people that you need to have respect you. It's pretty simple as a person that's, The person who fits the bill I'm talking about, 30, 40, 50, living with mommy and daddy. You can't look in the mirror and have any respect. You don't look in the mirror and see a man or a woman, whichever the case may be, not a respectable person. You see a child, because that is all you've ever been. If there's not one person in your life that can say, thank God for dad or mom, well, what would I do without that person? I don't know what I'd do without dad. You don't have that because you were never that person to anybody. That means you were never good to or for anybody, and life wasted. And you don't get a chance to do it again. And you did your children the disservice of not giving them the tools to succeed better in life. That's Papa Pete's 2 cents for today. Thanks for visiting. Deuces.